Okay. Hello, everyone. We are live. We are live. Welcome to another Messages for Lightworkers, episode 81. And I am Val of Dragonfly Crystals with my amazing and beautiful co-host, Marina of Heart-Centered Tarot. And if you are not subscribed yet, or if you have not joined her membership or signed up for classes, please do so at your earliest convenience. It'll be really beneficial for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Val. That's kind of you to say.
Absolutely.
And you guys make sure that you do the same with Val, because it's always a lot easier to heap praise on someone else than it is on yourself, right? To say, look, this is, you need to do this and you need to do that, and
that's really true.
So
really true. And I just want to say hi. I know I have subscriber only mode on because I just want to make sure that we don't have any trolleys come in. But I want to say hi to Janet, Bora Bora, and T. Lynn, hello, and Teresa, Viviani, Jen Bowles, Laura Hammond Davis, hi. And there's Book Bewitched, hi.
Hello,
and Suzanne Grigsby, hi, hello. People are slowly coming in. And,
yes.
And so I didn't want to start the topic right away because I want you all to hear it. And this kind of dovetails nicely with our Sisters of the Mystical Tarot talk about flow. Hi, Teresa, Aley, good to see you. Wonderful. And so, when we talked about flow yesterday, that being in that beautiful space, that creative space where you lose time, you're just, it just happens effortlessly, whatever you're doing, whether it's sports or you're writing up something or, whatever you're creating, a painting, it just happens. And then you came in with a super great topic. Hi, Heavenly Blessed Honey.
Gina M. Nice to see you.
And hi, Butterflies Are Free. Good to see you. And so hi, Paula. So topic today, Marina, take it away.
Yeah. So our topic today is synchronicity. Taking a look at things today and seeing how they connected from the past, right? Nothing happens in a vacuum. And I've recently had this kind of pop up and make more sense to me. It's like the universe is validating and saying, see, okay, maybe you didn't see it then, but you see it now. And it's amazing how when we are in the flow, when we allow the spirit to sort of lead us, when we're not wedded to the outcome of something, when we're open to all kinds of different possibilities, it's amazing the good things that come in. It is okay. I've kind of half lost my train of thought here, but
that happens to me all the time.
Yeah. It's like nothing. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens in a vacuum. And sometimes it's amazing. Val and I, when we first met, we met on someone else's channel, and there was instant connection. And we set up a show with just the two of us. And after that show, we were talking, and she mentioned the word Lightworker. And I had not said anything to her or to pretty much anybody else about me belonging to a light worker group here in Calgary and being a light worker. And I heard the voice in my head say, if she mentions it one more time, tell her. So I tried very hard to carry on a conversation where I didn't want to lead her to that. And so we're chatting and she mentioned it again. And I said, okay, now I got to tell you something. And I told her about me being a light worker. And Val said, go ahead, Val.
What did I say? I had already created a thumbnail for messages for light workers, whatever I called it. And and I didn't even know why I was doing it. I had it all done on Canva.com. It was all ready to go. And I showed it to Marina and I said, I already have this. And I didn't know why. So
yeah.
We were meant and led together to do this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, there's been so many things recently that have happened that has been confirmation that there is something greater than us that is working behind the scenes, and we could either go with the flow and let it lead us, or we can fight it all the way. Ultimately, we're all going to end up in the same place. It's just, are you going to enjoy the journey? And are you going to look around and say, this is fantastic? Or does someone have to drag you all the way there and you miss all the fun things along the way?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that really goes along with being your authentic self and really living in this state of flow or state of grace that we have, because that lets it happen. That lets those synchronicities in. Like you were talking backstage, Marina, you were saying that you allow in, and that's you're open, and that's how the flow happens, right? Because you're in that allowing space.
Yes.
And I really love that concept. And even though, like, you might be going through some things right now with all these crazy energies where you're struggling with showing up in maybe an authentic way. But what is that? Who are you really? Yeah. What is your authenticity? What does that really mean? And who really are you? You aren't the constructs from when you were a kid. You aren't the constructs of, who are you? Shake loose all that concrete patterning and boil it all down. And you're this beautiful divine soul who's here to move through this time with beauty and grace, but also assisting others, because that's what we are, light workers. Yes. And I wanted to say, Paula was asking, what is a light worker? Marina, what's a light worker?
A light worker is anyone who devotes themselves to bringing comfort, ease, or whatever the case may be to their fellow humans. So in our case, or in my case, I do what I do in terms of doing the readings, doing the channelings, doing all that, because there is a message in it that I am sharing. So anytime that you're kind of, if you put others ahead of yourself, or if your intention at all times is to provide something better for someone, you can't help but succeed, because that's what you're doing, what you're designed to do.
And you're that is the soul's calling. And so of course it's going to end up going in a good place, and you're going to feel good because you're doing, that's really something your heart will be happy about. You'll feel fulfilled. That is what that soul calling, that divine purpose really is. And that's what tells you is when your heart is excited. And that puts you in the flow. It helps you stay in that flow. And so I love that. Thanks, Marina, for answering that. And I want to say hi to Lovejoy, who came in, and Jessica Lynn, and Nana Heather. Good to see all of you. And so what's after breaking through all of those barriers so that you can allow synchronicity in and see it happen for you is once you do, and you're in that flow, you have these synchronistic events that just show up to lead you. Like, they're bigger than breadcrumbs. They're really pointing you to big major things that are on your path to propel you forward in your work with humanity. So, you're going to notice activity and inspiration toward new horizons. You're going to feel that impetus that new things are coming. You're kind of going to feel that. And then these synchronistic events are going to show up to point you that, yes, indeed. And then you're going to hit the chariot. These are the cards I pulled. The intuitive action, change, and victory. These are all the things coming for you. When you're in the flow, when you open it, and you allow in all that synchronicity, people are lined up to work with you in various areas of your life or to interact with you. And they could be clients, they could be co-workers, they could be collaborators in any area. And you're going to identify them and see them and feel, oh. And then the synchronicities are, you also look back and you go, oh, that's what that was for. Because you end up, it all leads to another great crescendo up here, but you didn't know till you followed it all the way. And then, phew, another big thing happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Not only serving others, but knowing when it's time to connect with your higher self, hearing what your soul is urging you to do and the direction it wants you to go in, and then having faith to just follow it, having that blind faith. And it's the same as for example, there's a lot of people who are very, very staunchly Catholic or Protestant, or they believe strongly in their religion, and they rely on that faith. And it's sort of the same thing. Can any of them prove the existence of Jesus? No. Can any of them prove the existence of God and the miracles and things that God did? No, because a lot of these things were written down well after Jesus was dead. But a lot of the comments, the feelings, the way that he made people feel, those resonate. So it's what we're doing is sort of almost the same thing, I guess, as being a preacher, in that, yes, we're, or at least I'm saying, live by faith, trust in the universe, trust that it will never lead you down a wrong path.
Yeah, you really do have to have that trust that all is well, that you're always protected and led to your highest good. If you pay attention, and your highest good, if you're not paying attention, might be that person that mirrors back a little bit of ego to you. And you go, what? And then, but it's inside of you somewhere to be purged. So our
Yeah.
highest good isn't always the most comfortable and lovely thing in the whole entire universe. Sometimes,
Mhm.
sometimes there's things that show us things that we might have to deal with a little bit,
Yeah,
but it always is for our highest good.
it is.
So
And
I know,
Lovejoy wanted to
yeah,
know if, are they, are we light workers just by sort of,
oh,
being here? Chances are very good that you are, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be drawn to the channel. You wouldn't need to hear what we have to say, or you would hear it and you go, "Oh, yeah, what a bunch of yuff!
that's
I'm out of
exactly
here,
right.
man." Yeah.
If you weren't a light worker, you wouldn't be resonating with any of this talk.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would totally sound like gobbledygook. What the heck are they talking about?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Yeah.
so Suzanne says at 17, I saw 3 white cars and a black car, then 3 more white cars, and I pulled out behind them. Black car in a ditch, no white cars around. Woman was fine, and I took him to the hospital.
Mm.
Well,
It's one of those things where you're in the place where you need to be.
that's exactly what I.
And yeah,
Mhm.
so it's just angels, guides, whatever. Things worked out exactly the way that they were supposed to. So
Exactly.
yeah, you were
Tuned
smooth
in.
out.
You were tuned in because that's why you were
Yeah,
going, what color? You were cognizant of the colors of those cars for you to pay attention to
yeah,
who was in the ditch. So that's kind of how that works. And Lovejoy is saying,
absolutely.
I've noticed a lot of seeing signs here on YouTube. Is that synchronicity? Well,
Yes,
yeah, you won't really see
yeah,
that it is synchronicity till you follow those things and
yeah,
lead you to the next thing and to the next thing. And you go back, wow, you knew it was put in your path to get you to where you are. And
yep,
yeah, yeah, it's like a
absolutely.
signpost. It's like things mean something and pull you in certain directions and give you information you need, or um, it definitely,
Yeah,
it's definitely like that. And being a light worker really is something you don't have to name yourself like that. It is just something. If you have a will to do good, or will, you're more inclined to be positive, and you send light out into the world, or you think about others and their spiritual potential, and how you could help with that. Or I mean, you could just be a light worker by going to work every day and
yes,
being positive. That's a light worker. It's
absolutely.
that simple. It depends on what's on your divine path, and what you're here to do, how far you take that. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
It's why you resonate with some people and you don't resonate with others.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of different paths, and that's okay. And some of them will have a message that you can listen to and you go, yeah, okay, that makes sense to me. And others will have a different message that doesn't resonate with you. However, it might resonate with someone else.
That's right.
So, it's recognizing that there are those things out there.
Right.
And
Right. I
yeah,
love that. I love that. Aileen's saying, how does one decipher signs such as repeating numbers, songs, dreams, etc.? How do I figure out the message? Well, you know what? Sometimes you don't have to know. I see 111, 1111, 222, 444, and after many years, I know basic meaning of numerology and
yeah,
what these things mean, but I don't feel a connection to a mental thought of what that means. And
yeah,
it really can be just as simple it activates you right at that moment. You see it and look at it. It's activating something within you, and it's meant to.
Yeah.
And you don't have to know anything more. Because after all this time of seeing them, that's my conclusion. As far as dreams, yeah.
Yeah, no, you can look at, like look into some numerology. If you're seeing repeating numbers, then maybe take a look at that and see if the numbers that you're seeing kind of resonate with your situation. They may or may not. If they do, yeah.
Because 444, that would be foundational, that kind of thing. Yeah. I have to say, I never have a situation. I look at the clock and it's 111 or 1111, and I think, oh, I'm just driving in the car looking at the clock. I mean, there's nothing. Yeah. Or I was cooking at the stove and I looked up and it was 111. There's nothing. I don't have any thoughts in my head. There's never anything I'm doing. So for me, it's probably different for everyone. For me, I just don't get a thought word meaning out of it. And I can't even, my guides are like, mum's the word. They won't talk. They don't say anything. I think it's just activations for me.
Yes.
But, it's going to be different for everyone, of course. And dreams are the same, don't you think, Marina, where you're going to interpret your dreams. And your dreams are your dreams. And someone else can kind of help you ferret it out. But it's not going to be from a book. Books don't.
Yeah,
they never apply.
A lot of the time, if you analyze the feeling, what was happening in the dream, how did I feel about that, and then see if there's synchronicity with the some of the messages in the dream. If most of the messages were messages of fear or whatnot, then in your waking state, you could say, okay, wait a minute, what's going on in my life that I think I need to react out of fear? And look at situations, look at, you can analyze the dream yourself by kind of seeing how things play out, and then paying attention to, what's the main message?
Mm-hmm.
What am I, how do I walk away feeling from this?
Exactly. And a lot of times it can be metaphors for different things.
Yes.
That are happening in your inner life and not even in your outer life. So it's all those things. You have to put in a little bit of detective work for yourself.
Yes.
And Jen was saying, I went on a sunset run last night. When we got into the car, clouds asked Spirit to make a beautiful sunset. Amazing sunset appeared, and we caught an eagle in one picture and an orange orb moving in the other. So, and another. Any feeling on that? Well, I have to say, you ask and you shall receive.
Absolutely.
You got a message. And for you to interpret it as it is meant for you, if you look at an eagle and go, that means something to you, where it's going to mean something different to me and different to Marina. Of course, you can look up the Google meaning of eagle for your power animal, but it's going to be much more meaningful about what you emotionally felt when you saw that. Right there, split second.
Yep.
Were you lifted up? Were you flying above the fray? Did you feel like you were elevated in bliss? Probably you did from all of that. So that was kind of a gift from heaven.
Absolutely. It's validation. It's okay. Yeah. Ask and you shall receive. See how easy that was?
Yeah.
There wasn't a struggle with it. You simply said, this is what I would like.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought, Marina. I bawled hysterically. Yes, exactly. As you should. and you had the right meaning. You didn't need us to interpret it.
Yeah.
Just your reaction to crying was exactly, I mean, they answered you immediately.
Yeah.
How good is that?
Totally.
Is that?
And
So
go
ahead.
I was going to say, Book had asked much earlier about if David and Gary and I were going to do a show after the debate tonight.
Yeah.
No, for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're doing Golden Girls Coffee Clutch at 7. 7 p.m. Mountain for me, which is when the debate starts. So I'll probably catch some of it, but we might have to listen to it later and so on. But I'm sure that we'll discuss it on Golden Girls, please.
I haven't even, I spaced out totally on that debate today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am spacing out on so much stuff. Oh my God, that's awesome. I am so glad to know it's today, and I think we're going to want to talk about it on Golden Girls for sure.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I think we can move into the questions portion of our show today. And I was just going through, I see Teresa saying, I feel the time is like a spiral staircase, and we see the same sights, but from different viewpoints on our journey. Very true. Profound. I like that. And thank you, artist Liz, for the donation. Very nice of you.
Yeah.
And, we will read our members and donators first, because let's face it, money is needed to run the show. Not that we,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, very, very much so. And before I forget, if you guys, if you're interested in seeing any of the courses and things that I'm offering, go to my webpage at marinasheartcenteredtarot.com. You can also go to my YouTube page and scroll down, and you'll get a link to that. But I've got on Sunday, I've got Changing the Track, or changing the soundtrack and so on. It's a 2-hour class, and I hope that it is beneficial. Those who have taken it have enjoyed it. I'll also be starting on Sunday the intuition or ego class, and that will be about an hour and a half. And how do you recognize when intuition is coming in versus ego? So you can sign up for all that on the website as well. And then July 1st is the 30-day Achieving Union course that starts. And that is a short little video that you receive every day with some exercises. And the idea is that by the end of the 30 days, you are able to connect more readily to spirit, and you can trust the messages that spirit is sending you. And and the course itself is very much self-driven. So you're not working with my schedule, you're working with your schedule. I will provide the video and the exercise, and you can fit it into your day when it's most convenient for you.
I love that.
And you have some amazing courses coming up as well.
Well, thank you, Marina. I just wanted to highlight that on July 21st, it's going to be on a Sunday at around 2 p.m. Pacific, which is 5 Eastern, Akashic record reading class. And you will walk away from that class knowing how to read the records. What can you do in the records? You can clear your ancestral lineage. You can clear traumas. You can clear obstacles, perceived obstacles in this lifetime. There's so much that happens inside those records. It isn't just a curiosity, what lifetime, was I blah, blah, blah when I was a Knights Templar, or was I a Knights Templar? It's really a practical method of clearing and healing. Plus, you get to know some cool stuff. So,
yeah,
$49, a small amount.
Yeah. And honestly, it's that the more knowledge that you have, the better you're able to make decisions and so on. And yeah, you can approach it from a curiosity standpoint, but what you get out of it is so much deeper than just
so much deeper
curiosity.
So much deeper. And I always tell people, and I've heard it said over and over, in 3 months after a reading, you really have a different perspective. When you've had a really deep reading, you are in a different place and don't look at things the same way anymore. And you go, oh, that was me. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And so I just wanted to go to artist Liz, who is asking, I always see medical stuff for people when giving them a reading. Can a light worker be here just to give information about medical stuff for people? Sure, absolutely. Medical intuitives are really highly prized and valued.
Yes.
People that
I've seen some amazing things.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You definitely can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Book, thank you. Book says she took my class and it changed her life.
Aw, very nice. That is a great recommendation.
Thank you, Book.
And Lovejoy's asking, do you listen to subliminal sleep programs? Not enough dreams or sleep. You know what? I do. I have. And sometimes I listen to those sleep story ones.
Yeah.
But I definitely have, when I need a little energy boost, I put on some of those esophageal, whatever's, 888 or whatever. And I may not listen to more than maybe 20 minutes of it, but I try and listen to some. And then the next morning I get up and do a meditation to some of them. So it keeps my frequency higher. It absolutely does. And I would suggest that. And they do help you go to sleep. They really do. Yes. They really do. The binaural beats and all of that, the binaural ones do. Because I have the earphones in so I won't disturb my husband. It works. And Jessica's asking, may I have a message from my spirit team? Spirit team.
Okay. All right. What I'm getting from you, Jessica, is follow your intuition, particularly right now, because you're going to need to be a little patient as you work through a situation that is going to call on you to either offer justice or participate in some form of justice, whether that's the law, karma, whatever it might be. You have all the tools that you need in order to do that. You are protected at all times. So as you're going through the decision-making progress, just know that you are. I get the 9 of Fire, which is like the 9 of Wands. This is the wounded warrior, the healer. This is it's just advising you to to be resilient as you go through this, and to know that you are absolutely protected. I then got the Justice card. Okay, and this is, fairness, the law, karma. This something needs to be put right, whether it's a situation or a person, or even it could actually be something legal. But you, in this situation, you are the high priestess. So you have the answers, and the high priestess will never lie to you. You just have to ask her the right question. So this is about intuition, wisdom, patience, and so on. So I think that you are, what you're going through right now, just have patience, and things will work out. For the best for everyone. Yeah.
And I do get the card, ask for help when you need it. So it kind of goes in line with that. And although I do have the 10 of Cups, which is about, things are, you're feeling happy, there is someone greedy. And I got the Judgment card next to it, and lies. So something is going on.
Yes.
So, okay, listen to what Marina said. Here's you, you're diligently doing your craft. Okay, you're doing what you should be. And here's the sun. So you're going to come out of this well.
Yeah.
But just pay attention to people around you that seem like they're not in your best interest, whatever's going on, legal or, So thank you for that. Thank you, Marina. Thank you for that, Jessica. And that basically, let me see, collect some more. That was all we can just lock up the shop.
There you go. We're done. Thank you.
That was it. Thanks, everyone. Oh. So I'm just going down quickly. Let's see if there's anything else. I'd like a message. Butterflies are free. Okay. Butterflies are free.
Make a message.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh geez. What's going on out there? Okay, I got the King of Swords. So some kind of there's this with the Queen of Swords. It's like a lot of responsibility, and this one is I don't know if that's a boss or what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but there is a lot of verbal sparring too, probably going on. But I feel like this is you, this Queen of Wands charisma, or this might be you sandwiched between the charismatic and the other one. This is probably you trying to cut through everything. Because what do I have by the charismatic one? A little devil subterfuge going on there with, and here's the lies card again. I'm sorry, everyone. It seems to be coming up. So you might be in a little, I won't call it a power struggle, but you might call it a little in between some tough people to work with or be with. And you kind of, to try and help you in that situation, well, this will help you. The next card's a star card.
Yeah.
You can get insight and clarity on this situation. And what are you going to do? You're going to pull out of it. Here's your leadership card. You're learning what this is all about. And you're learning how to navigate around this stuff. You're sandwiched in between this stuff going on.
Mhm.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And hi, Sherry. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Sherry.
Okay. I decided to pull from the Witching Hour, and what I got for you first is Crossing the Veil. Whoops. And the message of Crossing the Veil is that this is about mourning, bittersweet endings, marking a passage, and so on. It is like the Eight of Cups in the tarot. So this is it's letting you know that there is, you need to make room, you need to let something go in order to make room for something better to come in. And that is sort of confirmed by feeding the crows.
Yeah.
And feeding the crows is like the Six of Swords in the tarot, and it's about transformation, about seeking knowledge, looking for things in unexpected places, and so on. And I think what Val had said is, yeah, these are kind of giving you a heads up to let you know that somebody that you're dealing with is not being honest in terms of the information that they are sharing with you, that they are feeding you what it is that they want you to hear. They're just not giving all the information. The next card that I got out was Cloak and Dagger. And this is like the Seven of Swords. This is a scheming, deception, escapism, sabotage, protecting yourself. So what I would kind of say with all of these is make sure that you are honest with yourself. Look at people for what it is that they're doing versus what it is that they're telling you that they are doing. And know that the other person is, I got the Moon. They're not really coming from a place of reality. So yeah, look out, look at the people around you and see who it is that's pulling you in a way that doesn't really resonate with you. So yeah. that's your message today.
Thank you. Butterflies are free.
Yes.
Probably more than you thought you'd hear. And we have member Anna Heather asking me, I have a message, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And while I'm shuffling here, I'll just remind you guys that the readings that we do here are just sort of meant to give you a little snippet of information. Both Val and I do readings, private readings. So feel free to reach out to either one of us, especially for the Akashic records. You go to Val. You want a tarot reading, you come to me. But yes, we do offer the paid readings, and then we can get a lot deeper into some of the messages. Yeah. Okay. So, Nana Heather.
Yeah, Nana Heather.
Go ahead, Val.
You know what I got, Nana Heather, is no place like home. But you notice home's up there on a hook. What's home hanging up there on a hook for like that? And it's like, you know what? Take your home down and ground it into Mother Earth. This is what I get when I see this. Take it down there and make sure that you have brought life into that house and make it your home. Really give it the once over with the sage, put green plants in there, bring in life, because that's what I'm getting from you, is to make it alive for yourself so that it really is your castle and your nurturing space. Feng shui it however you want, whatever, bring in all the good, things that your entryway, whatever you, mantle or altar, whatever you want to call it, as you come in. Do that, because you're going to change your energy. You notice how this energy is in this card? And what's your house doing hanging there like that? Make it a wonderful, peaceful place. What do I get after you do that? Peace.
Yeah.
You're going to brush it all off, wash it away, and feel peaceful after. Getting relaxed, feeling better after everything.
See you later.
That's it.
Yeah.
And wait, milk and honey, rainbow. You just created your space. Boom.
Yeah. No, Artist Liz, I am fine. Honestly, I am fine. And yeah, book, we'll see you later. I'm sure that we will. So yeah, I don't think that we're going to take any more questions. We're at 46 minutes already. So
We've got enough.
Yeah. So Nana Heather, what I got for you was I pulled the Witch's Brew. And the Witch's Brew is like the Fool or the Death card in the tarot. And it is basically, the message is, look, there is a remedy for what it is that you're going through. There is a solution to what it is that you're going through. You simply need to reach out and ask someone for help, right? And I think that the next card that I got out was Salt, and Salt is all about boundaries. It's like the Queen of Swords. So whatever you're kind of asking about, because I think there's a particular question that you want answered, and you don't want to pose the question because you're not ready to hear the answer. Unfortunately, we don't need to have the question to kind of pick up on it. So yeah, you're put up boundaries, put up your guardrails, and make sure that people know what you will and will not, what you will and will not tolerate or accommodate, right? Mm-hmm. I can support you as you go on your journey, and I will support you as you go back to school. No, I'm not allowing you to live here for free. I can support you in your recovery, but no, I'm not paying for your treatment. It's that knowing what you can and cannot do, and making sure that the people that you are dealing with understand that, you may have a big heart. It doesn't mean that, you're going to carry their luggage. It just means you have a big heart. There you go. I also got the Sun. So this is, things are going to work out. You are going to be successful in kind of getting out of this. And the Six of Earth, the Six of Pentacles, this is each according to his need. I think you are recognizing that you are never going to be able to be all things to all people. There is always someone who's going to be disappointed or unhappy with the decision that you make. So you know what? Ultimately, at the end of the day, the only one that you have to answer to, the only one that you have to please, and the only one that matters is you. So you look after those things for yourself. let the others worry about their stuff. It's not your job to fix them. So yeah, people coming to help without me asking. Well,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And take your house off the hook.
Yes.
Do all the things we're talking about. Make it yours.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you here.
Thank you for that, Nana Heather. And we have Lacey Gray, who wants to know if her fur babies have a message for her. If not, I'm also curious about my galactic ties.
Oops. Okay. Well, you may not necessarily have a lot of galactic ties, but someone is trying to convince you of something that that is kind of steering you in a direction that doesn't resonate well with you. This is bewitched. It's like you're kind of under a spell. This is like the devil in the tarot. Is that you're kind of giving in a little to some of your obsessions. But this is also about conditioning, and that's, someone making you believe something about yourself that isn't necessarily true. I then get the feeding crows again, feeding crows. Mm-hmm. So this is probably a message for a lot of people in the chat, and that is like the Six of Swords. This is transformation, finding answers to unexpected questions and so on. Do your fur babies have a message for you? I think that I'm seeing both a little Chihuahua, and I'm also seeing a bigger dog. And what the little Chihuahua is what just wants to remind you that even though they might have been a little stinker while they were here, they're doing much better where they are. And the bigger dog is just kind of shaking his head, like, pointing to the little one, like somebody has to look after him, that kind of stuff. So just watch out for someone trying to convince you that black is white. And your pets are doing fine. They're always around you.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually got a cat here that is saying exchanging gifts, and they're here to show you what's next to it. A real gorgeous, compassionate love, giving you that compassion and love, sitting there with adoring eyes. And it says exchanging gifts, that gift of energy. So they're always around you, absolutely showing you that love. And you notice both of the cards are in that pink, compassionate love. So this is next to that, the round and round card, meaning they're with you all the time, going on and on. Don't worry about that. They love you and they hang out with you. So I hope that that resonates for you.
Yeah.
See,
absolutely.
And M. Dizzy Lizzie says, I'm retired and working to expand my spiritual knowledge, enhance my psychic skills. My husband is reacting with some negativity and fear. What can I do to help him? I have a knee-jerk reaction to that.
Yeah.
I'll hold it back.
Yeah. There's Dizzy Lizzie, when For the believer, no proof is necessary. For the unbeliever, no proof is enough.
Thank you.
Yeah. So can you, what can you do to help him? Nothing. He's going to need to help himself. You do your journey.
Thank you.
Your way, according to what feels good for you, and know that he is doing his journey his way. And you don't need him
stating that.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, well, as long as he's open-minded about it, that's all you need. That's all you need.
It's not your job to help him. Everyone has to do their own work. Yeah. You can't get into his chakra centers and get rid of that fear. He has to do it and release it on his own. But you can be nice to him, which I'm sure you are, and kind and loving, which I'm sure you are. That's as far as your job goes. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're what he's doing right now is the prying eyes. Okay. He's watching you. He is he's waiting to see how things work out for you, and then he might dip a toe in the water. But yeah, I don't try to don't try to convince him. It's not your job to convince him.
And I have to say, I even go to the point where there's a little bit of fear that you're going to expand beyond him, and he's worried about losing you, even though he can't know that or voice it. Yeah. It's not even something he may actually know on a conscious level. Yes. But that's where it's fear, because his security is being stirred up, the root chakra and sacral. So this is what's happening. And as he has to let that clear and settle down.
Yes.
That you're not going anywhere, or this is his, you can't do his work for him, is really back to that. But yeah, he's insecure.
Yeah. And a lot of people think that just because we are able to tune in, that we are tuned in all the time.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're doing. You know, like it's like once we're psychic or we're mediums or whatnot, it's like, well, there are people don't have secrets anymore because, you know, we can tune into it. That's not the case. Number one, it's unethical to tune into someone without their permission. And the universe has a really interesting way of dealing with that. Is if you do not operate from a place of honesty and integrity, it will shut your gift off because you're abusing it. You're no longer honoring the gift. So, you know, that's probably what he is afraid of. And I know a lot of people fall into that same thing where it's like, you know, no, we are not tuned in all the time. So
yeah, I totally get that. And so thank you for that question. I think that I will go exactly with Marina's answer. And I'm sorry, but we are out of time for the questions. And but thank you for those great questions, and thank you for being with us today as we discussed synchronicity and you know, looking for those things in your life and how being in the flow helps you see those and letting them in, letting those new things flow in. So that is a really great thing. Now, if you have not already gone, and please like and subscribe to Heart Centered Tarot, Marina's channel. Sign up at marinasheartcenteredtarot.com for her beautiful class, which is a 30-day program. Don't let that get to you. You can do it in your own time. It's not daunting. and everybody loves it.
Yes.
Sign up for Akashic Record reading or Akashic Record class training.
Yes.
You'll know how to do it for July 21st at dragonflycrystals.store. Thank you so much for being with us. And we'll all see you later when Marina's hosting Messages for Lightworkers. Don't miss Golden Girls Coffee Clatch tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, because you know what we're going to talk about.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And so
And
I'm just
we might even have, I've got the chat up in front of me, but I might have something down here where I'll be watching the debate.
We might have to be running our own our own video. I'm going to put my ear plug in and listen, because that would be something to.
Yes. Yeah. And friends, you do not need to be a member to submit a question. You should at least be a subscriber. And the show is over, but one of the benefits of being a subscriber is if you hit all the notifications, you'll know the next time that we're going live.
Absolutely. So it's nice to get those notifications. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everyone. We love you all. And it was a pleasure to be here with you today. And Marina, and I'll see you later in an hour or so, 2 hours. We'll see you.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah.
See you later.
Later.
Bye.